and welcome to episode 45. This is the Hello, It's Me, IAmKNicole podcast, and I am your host, Nicole. Let's jump right into the show. Today is a really exciting show. We are getting into some tea because your girl just launched 2 new businesses, not 1, but 2. Count them, 2, okay? And we are going to just talk. We're celebrating. It's lit. I have my girl Drew in the building. We are going to have a good time tonight. Thank you so much for being here on the show.
Yes, always.
It's a very special episode tonight. So we are going to jump right in. Like I said, no long-winded updates or anything because we're going to talk about these new businesses. So if you guys are new here, then you might not know Drew. But if you're not new, then you should know who my girl is. But you know, I'm going to give you your time to shine.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are, what you do, what you are all about.
Right. My name is Drew Borders. I was born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh.
And I am a freelance artist. Basically, I will do freelance animations or illustrations. And I think for the past year and a half, I started getting into murals too. So I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I'm discovering new things that I love. So that's okay.
You know, and I love that. So me and Drew went to college together, and I just, you know, I love seeing my people blossom. Okay. And I mean, sometimes that's real life. Like sometimes you will study one thing and then you end up doing something else, or you end up just trying new things and applying the things that you know to different things, and you just start doing new stuff. Right. So I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And just everything that you're doing. The murals are fire. Like if you've seen a couple of my vlogs, y'all would have seen like us at the murals while she's painting and stuff. And I'm like, this is so crazy to watch, because if you don't do it, it's like you just can't wrap your mind around how they actually like go through the process. It's like really crazy to watch. So
it's fun. Definitely a learning experience. You learn something new on every single job. So that's why I like it. It's a challenge, but at the same time, you feel great. Like once you've finished it,
right?
You're like, yeah, I did that.
A whole masterpiece at the end. We love it. So I have Drew here today for a very special reason. So if you guys follow me on YouTube, Instagram, social media in general, you would know that I just launched 2 projects that I've been working on for a very long time. So I know if y'all listen to the podcast and y'all follow me, you'll hear me talk about how I'm working on stuff. I'm always working behind the scenes. I always have something up my sleeve. That's one thing about me. And I just feel like I've been working on these businesses for so long. And me and Drew actually collaborated for your Daily Dose of Co. And I am so excited to finally launch these stickers, because it was just very vague. Like I kind of put the brand out there, and I'm like, this is your daily dose. I'm gonna, you know, post on Instagram and do my motivational content, and kind of just, it was really like an outlet for me to express my feelings in a different way. Like I don't really use Twitter, so I don't really get the opportunity to like type how I'm feeling. I mean, I could, I don't know why I don't, but I just don't. Like I feel like I was always on Twitter in high school, but I haven't been on there in a very long time. I might need to start getting back into it, who knows. But your Daily Dose has been that space for me to like post things that I'm kind of living by, or, you know, quotes that I see throughout the day that really inspire me or that help me kind of push through the day and get through the day. So I started posting a while back and just, you know, doing my inspirational posts and typing these long paragraphs and like getting all my feelings out there. I feel like it's like a little diary for me, like a little personal journal, but I get to share it with you guys because I mean, we all go through stuff, you know, and I don't want you guys to feel like you're the only ones going through something. So that's why I started your Daily Dose of Co. But I have been hinting like, oh, I am going to have a little launch. I am going to have a little product. Y'all just have to wait and see. I didn't really want to spill the beans because I was like, I don't really know how to hint at this without giving you the full story. So me and Drew have actually been working behind the scenes on these stickers for a while now. I mean, from concept to product, it's been a couple months, I'd say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just crazy how it all came to life. Like, you're amazing. I literally am able to just like give her one word. I'm like, yep, this is what I'm looking for, boss. And she's just like, oh, okay, this is what I came up with. I'm like, well, dang, you know, it's like she's inside my head almost.
It was fun to explore typography. It's not really something that I've done that much in the past, but it is something I've always been interested in. So, and definitely this project, like we were talking about it earlier, I was like, this has definitely inspired me to do more of this stuff, like just for fun. Like as much as I just draw randomly to practice, I might as well practice my typography too.
Right.
So
I love that, because I was like, so do you want to do this? Like, you know, it's, and I feel like it was something else different, like something that you hadn't been doing. And I'm like, well, this is what I want to do. And I mean, I want to keep it in the squad. I'm very big about that. It's like, I mean, I love meeting new people and working with new people, but if I can keep it in the squad, I will. Because I mean, why not? You know, these are the people that I've been through a whole bunch of stuff with. We might as well all learn and grow together and make magic together. So it really did turn out to be beautiful. Like the sticker collection is that girl. Y'all need to get the stickers right now. They are available right now, and y'all can put them anywhere. You can put them on your, you know, your planners, on your laptop cases. If you work and you have a desk or, you know, a notebook or a journal, whatever. I mean, you can do whatever you want with these stickers. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I watch a lot of content. I'm a content creator, right? So I watch a lot of content, and I follow, you know, a few people that I look up to. And for me, it's like whenever they launched something, for the people that I really like, I would buy it. And it's like, I just feel so much more connected with that person when I have something physical and tangible that either they created or it has their name on it or their face on it or something. I'm like, oh my God, like I just gotta have this person like in my house with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like you, cause I mean, what are the odds? Like you won't meet every single person that you follow, you know, celebrities and everything. You might not ever meet them in real life, but to have something that they created and, you know, put so much time into it just feels special. Like,
for sure, yeah.
I'm so sad that I don't have like any Ivy Park by Beyonce, because I'm like, I love Beyonce and I still have not been able to get any Ivy Park. But I'm like, the day I get Ivy Park, I will feel like I have Beyonce in my house. You know, it's like that. So I really wanted to make something where, you know, y'all can have a little token of me with y'all every day. That's why I made your daily dose of calm. Like you have your daily dose of me, my inspiration, my vibe. You know, if you follow me and you watch me constantly, you must like me, you know, and the energy. So I just think it was really cool to create stickers, because that was something that was so left field for me. Like that wasn't, I don't think anyone kind of saw it coming, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if they did or not, but hey, it's here.
I think it was just a matter of time.
Hello, it's us. And we're going to keep going. Like I kind of have been starting to think about more ideas. So we're definitely going to have some more stickers for y'all in the future. But make sure you follow your Daily Dose of Co. Follow Drew. Follow just the journey. It's amazing. And I just can't wait to see where we take it. You know, what's going to be the next thing that we work on? Who knows? But I know it'll be great.
For sure, yeah.
It will be great. I really don't even know how you do it. Like the creative process is so crazy to me.
I honestly, I was talking to my sister about this the other day, because I was just saying that I don't know, at a certain point you can just be inspired by everything. I mean, you get certain clients who want certain things, and so your immediate thing is to look for certain references. Like you wanted typography, so obviously I guess the first thing I would look up would be different fonts, but you'd be surprised how inspired you can be from things that have nothing to do like with the prompt. It's all about, you know, what just sparks in your head, like whether it's being around other people or being out in nature or watching a certain show or hearing certain music, or even like anything that kind of allows you to be creative. It just, I don't know, like I have moments where I'm cooking or when I'm reading or when I'm doing something and I'm like, oh my gosh, that'd be such a good idea for this other thing.
It's so crazy that you say that. Just let it go and flow. Because that happened to me one time. It was like 2 a.m. and I was listening to music and I was like, oh my God, that is what I'm going to do for my birthday post. It was so weird how it happened. And I don't think I had like one of those moments in a while. And I was like, I have to do, like, I literally got my notebook instantly. I was like, I have to write this down or I'm going to forget it. That's just how my brain works. I was like, if I don't write this down now, it's going to be gone forever. Write it down. I literally made like a whole shot list. Like I'm doing a video. I picked the song. I picked the shots. I picked the outfits. I was like, it's really 2 a.m. right now. And this is what I'm doing. It's so crazy being a night owl and when everything comes to you in the middle of the night.
Well, honestly, yeah, I think it's definitely a good idea. Well, at least for me, I could say I agree. Like, when I feel something, when I have an idea and I'm really, really into it, I can't wait until the next day.
Absolutely not.
Because if I do, then I'm not as passionate about it as
Right.
I was in the moment.
Right.
So I'm like, if I have the energy, I at least try to sketch something out right then and there. But every single time I've done that in the past, and I was like, I'm tired, or I can't do this, and I just waited until later. I just kept putting it off. I didn't care about it, and it wasn't as good as the original vision.
Yeah.
So
that's how it is. I was like, I have to write this down now, like a full shot list. And I'm pretty sure I was like, if I really had like everything ready, like makeup done and stuff, I probably would have filmed the whole thing. I probably did the whole thing. But I was like, I'm just write down all my ideas and just save it for later. But it's crazy how stuff will really hit you like that. Yeah. I mean, wow. It's crazy being an artist, right? Like, just never know. Just never know what's going to hit you and when.
Challenging and confusing, but there's beauty in the pain. And the artist block, and the dilemmas, and not knowing what to do, and doubting yourself, and comparing yourselves to other people. And then at a certain point you realize you got this. Like, you've been doing it for a reason. You've been getting successful. Like, the success that you're receiving is for a reason. And a lot of people are like, well, nothing's really happening to me. I'm not. But think about it. I mean, every time something good happens to us, we have a tendency to just think, okay, yeah, whatever. But that was your goal like 5 months ago. Right. So like, why aren't you celebrating where you are? It's because you always want to be better, further. More.
Exactly. Yeah. I saw a post about that, and it was just like, last year you dreamed about being where you are now, and right now you just feel like it's not enough. I mean, I have been going through it lately. Like, my emotions have been on 12,000 lately, and I've been just like letting myself feel all the emotions and go through everything. But I realized, I was like, you know what? I'm really that girl. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to myself. I was like, I have to just tap back into me and really find me and figure out what I want to do. And I'm like, I'm gonna be 25 in like a couple days. It feels like
pretty soon,
real soon. And it's a crazy time. 25 is a big year. So I was like, I need to really just hone in on me and just do all of the things that I've been thinking about and been writing down and been dreaming about, even if, I have that doubt or whatever. Like, everyone's always going to have those feelings, but I've just been really pushing myself to kind of just act on all of my feelings. If I feel like I want to do something, I just do it, like, I don't want to sit and think about it for hours or days. And cause that's when I start talking myself out of doing stuff. Yeah. And it's just not good. Life is too short. Just do it. If you want to do it, if it makes you happy, just do it. That's where I've been at right now. Yeah. Like, if it makes me happy, I'm just going to do it. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care, what people are going to say. If it makes me happy, it's going to be out. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
And also, like, just not blocking your blessings.
Right.
mean, even things that you just never even considered doing before. You never know if you'll end up liking it or not. Like, might as well just try it at least once. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was for me. Like, when we had that conversation way back when, the first time I got commissioned to do a mural. Yeah. I almost said no because I was like, what?
This is not my cup of tea. Exactly.
I'm like, I had never done this stuff before. I honestly didn't even really consider myself much of a painter. Right. But it's really just a new skill to learn. It's just something different to explore. And I think I was very close to talking myself out of it because I was intimidated by something that I didn't have that much experience in. Mm-hmm. So, just shoot your shot. Give it a chance, and you never know.
This is the year of shooting your shot in every aspect of your life. Absolutely. I love it. So as you can see, we're smoking a little hookah right now, and this is Smudge Hookah business number 2, which I feel like this was like, y'all could see this coming more than the stickers, but y'all know I love hookah, and I just was like, you know what, girl, you have to, like, you can't not, like, I just was talking to myself like, there's no way that I can't make something for the lit vibe, because that's my vibe. Like, everywhere we go, it doesn't matter. Like, we smoke hookah when we go out. We smoke hookah on Tipsy Thursday. It's just something we love to do. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna have Smudge Hookah.
And the people were excited.
And the people were excited. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I just didn't know how people were gonna react. And all of this right now, I've been so overwhelmed. I feel like I have been so overwhelmed, just because I really took a break from launching new stuff. Like with Smudge, I was just doing back-to-back collections. Then we had an eyeshadow palette. Then we had this and that. It was just a lot. I was like, I'm putting out a lot of stuff, which was so fun, to come up with so many things. But I was like, you know what? I need to take a chill. Like I need to take a break and just really just sit with the stuff that I have and promote it and, just vibe with what I have. I don't know. I haven't launched a collection in so long. Like I was going to do a birthday collection last year. I didn't do that. And I'm like, all right, this year has to be different. Like we're not holding back this year. We're not doing stuff. We're not procrastinating.
Right.
Because I'm really good at that. Okay. Really good at sitting on ideas and even sitting on inventory. Like y'all, I've had these hookahs for so long. And I told myself, I really wanted to test out this product with my close friends. She's known about this since it happened. Like since I ordered everything, I'm like, so now on Tipsy Thursday, we're going to be smoking these so that we can really like test out the product for a long time to see how we like it, how they perform over time. And I mean, we have not been let down yet. So I'm just saying, so it's been a lot going on, but I was just excited to launch it. I was excited to put it out there. And the feedback that I got was just out of this world. I was like, wow. And it was just like it was a beautiful moment. That's all I can say. I was so excited. And it just took me back to kind of when I first launched Smudge, and I was so nervous, and I had like stalled on that for years and years and years. And then when I finally put it out and people started using it and talking about it, I was like shocked. I was like, okay, I know I like it and I know my friends like it, but to have so many people outside of my circle like it and, give their feedback and everything, I'm like, this is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It's a little crazy, but I'm excited. I'm happy I did it. Smudge Hookah is available now. We are smoking Queen of Hearts in purple right now. And I just can't wait to see everyone else smoking Smudge Hookah. And I said this too. I can't wait to see everyone else with their stickers. Like I want to see where everyone puts them and everyone's planner. Cause I posted a picture of like the inside of my planner and everyone's like, oh my God, I love this. I'm like, wait, this is just like what I do every day. I never share it though, So I finally shared it and I was like, wow, people can be so inspired by just the littlest thing. This could be the smallest thing and you just never know how much impact you will have on a person or how much influence you'll have on a person. Like I feel like some people are like, oh, let me like go and get a planner and get some stickers and, plan my life or write my goals down or write my schedule down or whatever. So I'm like, I'm just floating on cloud 9 right now, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, people like seeing the process work and the behind the scenes stuff. Like it's one thing to see like the pretty image, like what it is at the end, but people really seem to enjoy like watching how you got there. Like honestly, like I can see that. I mean, with the planner, like I can see that too. I mean, I love planners and organizing and all of that, but I totally get where you're coming from because it's surprising to me. It took me a minute to understand that people didn't mind seeing my rough sketches. They didn't mind seeing like me drawing. I was like, really? Because it's not perfect.
You don't want to see like, you don't only want to see the perfect product, but you want to see how we got to that end result. And I love that because, it's so easy to kind of see. And that's why I like watching a lot of people, like bigger people and celebrities and like, people that have like really, really big businesses. I love when they do behind the scenes stuff because I'm like, oh my God, like just to imagine like wrapping my mind around that, like seeing Rihanna work behind the scenes or seeing a Kylie work behind the scenes. I'm like, y'all really have whole empires. And I just, it's hard to envision it or to imagine it, I guess. So to see what you guys actually do behind the scenes is so crazy to me. So I'm like, y'all have like billions of followers and billions of people like waiting for you to show up. So
and
I can
billions
only
of dollars
imagine like what goes on behind the scenes. So I love that. For me, it's all about the journey. I love showing the journey. I love showing, the hard parts. I love showing when things don't work out because things don't be working out all the time. You got to go through a little bit of hiccups sometimes to get to just that sweet spot where everything is perfect. So that's just the way life goes. That's just the way life goes when you're an artist or an entrepreneur,
Yes, it takes time. Oh my gosh, it takes so much time. I was just talking to like a friend about it, about freelancing and how long it takes to feel secure, build that following and stuff. And he was like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing this for like 10 years. And I was like, you know, it's like everybody.
That's a long time, right?
I mean, everyone's like process is different. I mean, it wasn't the first time like I got to work with this really high profile artist, and she was like, yeah, I've been doing it for 15 years, and only in those like most recent years am I really getting the fame or the attention that I wanted like at the beginning. So it's definitely something that if you're serious about it, you're serious about it. It's not, I guess, a whim or something that you just, I don't know, that you're just interested in that moment, but something that you consistently do just because you love doing it. You just got to keep working at it.
And that's why I love the fact that I have a YouTube channel, because it is such a humbling experience. I do this often, but I will go back and look at like my very first video that I posted on YouTube, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. You know, and because it's like you'll fall into that space of like feeling like you're not doing enough or feeling like you're not good enough, and whatever you're working on right now could be so much better. But I'm like, girl, if I look back 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago at the stuff that I was doing, it's like, whoa, you're doing actually really amazing for how far you've come. So I love that. I love documenting so that I can go back and like look at stuff and laugh about it. Some of it is so cringy to watch, and it's like, oh my God, that was really me. That was really what I was looking like back then. You know what I'm saying? Or that's really what my work was looking like. I don't know. It's just so crazy. It's a crazy experience. Life is just wild right now, to say the least. Yeah. And I don't know. We just have to just do it. That's the main thing that I can say. So many people reach out to me and they're like, they're so nervous. They don't want to put this out. They don't know what people are going to say. And I'm like, well, what do you say? Because if you like it, then there's a good chance that somebody else is going to like it too. Right. So just do it. Just put it out there and see what happens. It's the motto for 2022. Moving forward. Just do it. All people can say is no. They don't like it.
Very true. You'll never know until you ask.
Right.
Like the way that I have conversations with people and they've talked themselves out of applying for something or going for something. I'm like, I mean, well, yeah, you're not going to get it if you don't apply, obviously. Like, I mean, if that's what we're talking about, then 100% I agree with you. You probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, try it. Even if you don't get it, you tried. And honestly, to me, it's a better feeling to know I didn't get something, but I put my all in it. Exactly. So I know it wasn't me.
It wasn't meant to be.
But if I didn't get it because I didn't try, I'm like, well, damn, maybe that was my fault. Maybe I didn't put in as much effort. If I tried harder, maybe I could have gotten it.
Yep. Fear will block all of your success more than failure ever could. I have that somewhere in my house. I don't know where it's at, but it's somewhere in here. And that's something that I lived by, because I'm like, you know, sometimes it's really scary to put yourself out there. But if that's what you want to do, you just got to jump. You just got to take that leap of faith and see what happens. You just never know where the journey will take you.
And everybody, I think, is doubtful of themselves. I think part of it is not having the confidence in yourself to pull it off. But I mean, people out here are just faking it. I mean, some people
faking it till they make it. Exactly.
You know, there are some people who do have a lot of confidence, but not all the time. You know, everybody has insecurities, but the key is not to let everybody know. You know, like, you need to believe in yourself. You need to be your number one supporter. And that's not to say you can never feel uncertain or doubtful about things. Of course, that's completely normal, but you shouldn't let it control what you do, though. That's when it becomes a problem.
I agree. 1000%. Put yourself out there. If you like it, someone will love it. That's just the end of it. And I'm just grateful right now. I feel like right now I'm kind of like the most confident that I've ever been. And it really is a journey. Like, it's something you have to learn yourself. You have to learn how to love yourself. You have to learn how to give yourself grace and just, you know, be comfortable with yourself. And I feel like that takes time to get to that space, especially as an artist too. Like, whenever you first start, it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know who I am. I don't know what kind of artist I am or what kind of work I'm going to put out, but you figure it out over time if you keep working. Like, that's why I just keep telling people, like, just don't stop. Just don't quit. Don't give up if it's something that you really love, because then you'll just never know.
Right.
And that's not what we want. we don't want that. On that note, cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. So just talking about all of this, our main topic for today is about routines. We have not really talked a lot about, you know, being in a new year and what that is like for people. I feel like every time a new year comes, it's like, okay, I want to do something new. I want to do something different. I want to change my life. I want to, you know, be better and grow and all these things. But routines, what does our routine look like? What does that look like? We're in February, we're at the end of February now. So we're heading into March. So we're about 3 months in to the new year. And I mean, I myself personally don't have a solid routine, but my routine is like getting better in bits and pieces. And I realized, like, in the past, I have tried to change my whole life at one time. Like, I have tried to be like cold turkey with certain things and be like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna just start doing a long list of things that I hadn't been doing. And that's really stressful. Like, it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And I realized that I can literally just change one thing little by little and start working at those things to create a routine. So that's what I've been doing. Slowly but surely. And it's kind of working out. And I'm really happy about it too. That's crazy. I'm like, you know, I'm not a morning person. I have never been a morning person. But I work a job that I have to be up in the morning. And I'm like, I have been working since October. And it is now almost March. And I felt like I was still just not used to being up so early in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just not built for this. And I'm like, I mean, you know what they say, 21 days form a habit, whatever. I'm thinking like, okay, once I get at least a couple months in, this will become normal, right? But it just wasn't. Like, I was still so tired in the morning, still just so unmotivated in the morning. It's like, I just want to go back to sleep, you know? And that mindset is really toxic when you have to work 8 hours. And then after that, you have to work 5 more hours on your other stuff that you want to do. So I was like, this is not working. I don't know what I need to do to make this a less painful process. Right. But I just, you know, I said, well, there's people out here that are saying they're getting up at 5 a.m. to start their day. And I'm like, that doesn't sound realistic for my life. But it's like, I wish I could do it, you know? Like, I wish I could get up at 5 a.m. and, like, you know, meditate and work out and do all these things before I clock into work. But it's just like, I am just not that person.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with, I don't think that anybody should just cold turkey their way into a new habit. I think
it's
that's
so
like,
hard. It's ridiculous. Actually.
That's a recipe for disaster. Like, I'm pretty sure it is recommended to do things a little bit at a time, because I mean, when you stop yourself from having the stuff that you usually have on a regular basis, like, your body is going to crave it. You're going to miss certain foods. You're going to miss certain things that you do. So when you do cave, it's going to be awful. It's going to be 100 times worse because you're making up for all that time that you missed it. So even now, like, when we're talking about routines, like, I've been eating healthier. Last year, I started going to the gym a lot more recently, but I haven't really been pushing myself. I would say, like, I at the beginning, I eased into it and then kind of got into something that I enjoy. And like, now it's still difficult to do that every single morning, because for me, if I don't work out in the morning, it's not happening. I mean, I might tell myself, oh yeah, I'll go at night. I'm not going at night. It has to happen in the morning. But I mean, it's all about discipline. I mean, I think in the beginning, the reason it was so hard for me was because I would agree to do something at a certain time, to wake up at a certain time. But the second a friend invited me out, I'm gonna go out. Yeah. And sometimes you gotta, if it's a weekday, you gotta say no. You know what I mean? You know, like, if that's not fitting with your schedule, you have to think, well, what's gonna help me stay on the right track? And I get it. You know, you want to hang out, you want to have fun, but at a certain part, you gotta put yourself first.
You gotta put your foot down on yourself, which is the most hard. It's like the hardest thing that you can do. And you know, we kind of talk about that in a lot of my videos, like how to be disciplined as an entrepreneur, like how to be self-disciplined. Everyone is not capable to do. It's not easy, you know? And I feel like for me, it's like, I didn't necessarily want to start going to the gym because I want to change my body or I don't like the way that I look or, you know, it's just like, I just know that it would be good for me. And I feel like I need a more solid goal. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a more concrete and clear thing that I'm working towards and not just feeling better. I think that's what, because if your goals are too vague, you're never going to reach them. You're not going to be able to attain them because it's like, you don't even know what you're working towards. So it's like, yeah, you know, I don't exercise. Well, I didn't because I'm doing better now, but it's like, I didn't exercise on a daily basis or, you know, consistently or anything. And I just was like, you know, I just want to do more, but it's like, I didn't even have a clear picture as to what I wanted. So it didn't make sense. Like you can't operate like that. And I realized that I'm like, I need to sit down and think about, okay, what is it that I actually want? And I figured it out. Okay.
Yeah. And certainly, I mean, I know a lot of people say it like you get motivated to do things and stuff, but I don't think that you should always rely on the motivation because we all understand the motivation will not always be there.
Right.
So
right.
You'll have days where you don't feel like it. And I mean, it's hard, but at the end of the day, the thing that you need to rely on is yourself. Like you need to believe that you are strong enough to keep doing it. You can't wait for some outside force to make you feel inspired, to give you that energy to go. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the gym so much right now, but like if I were to reference that, I mean, the days that I don't want to go to the gym are the best workouts that I ever have. Exactly. And I'm like, and at the end of the workout, I'm like, I am so glad I came here today. But it still gets to me though. There are still days where I don't go because I don't feel like it. But I know if I did, I would feel so much better just mentally.
Yeah. Me and the gym, we're still working on our relationship. We're still working on it, but definitely I do see the greatness in it. And I'm like, girl, you just need to go. Even if it's just for you mentally, just the act of accomplishing something like that every day. I mean, because going to the gym is not an easy thing to do either. Like that's an intimidating thing. Like you really got to put yourself out there. You really got to just count on you. So at the end of it, I'm just like, wow, I'm really happy about this. Like I conquered something for the day. It just makes you feel so good once you do it. So, I mean, that can be with anything, not just the gym, because like I said, I'm trying to wake up earlier, you know, like I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a better headspace whenever I have a little bit of time to kind of like collect myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't really help other people if I am at like 70%. Right. So I'm like, whenever I wake up in the morning, I need my time to like get myself together and feel like my best self. And then I can start my day and start doing stuff. Cause when you're on go, it's just like, oh my God, as soon as you wake up, you got to do this, and this, and this. Like, it just never stops. Right. So I'm like, look, the morning time is for me. Yeah. That's my praise and worship time. Like I'm playing my gospel music. Like I had to learn that. I'm like, I need to really set myself up to have a good day. I need to set the tone for the day in the morning and not just, you know, just straight away start doing stuff that feels like work or feels like I'm forced to do it. Or maybe I just don't feel like doing it today, but I have to. It's just not a good vibe. Right. So I've been working on vibes. Y'all know I'm all about a vibe. Vibiana over here. And I love creating a vibe. So I'm like, okay, I'm in like the best situation that anybody could be in. I work from home. I don't have to commute. I don't have to put on a suit. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the perfect setup. So I need to learn how to make that work for me. Right. To where I'm going to have a good day every day. Like, I mean, I just feel like this generation, like in general, we don't like working. You know, like we don't like working for other people. We don't like feeling like we're wasting our time and we're not getting much else out of it except for a paycheck. Like everyone right now is quitting their job. I'm like, yo, our generation is crazy. Like they don't care. If they're not happy, if they don't feel like they're getting what they need, they're going to leave, which I love.
I was about to say, I think for way too long have we had unrealistic expectations on what jobs require what, like the way that managers or bosses put a lot of pressure on you. It's be like, this job is minimum wage.
Yo.
And you expect me
Talk
to
about
work
it.
here as if this is my career. This is temporary for me. And it's not that you won't do a good job, but it's just like there is no reason to work yourself that hard on what does not feel like a livable wage.
Yeah.
And it's like people are starting to get that. I suppose that happened, you know, basically with the pandemic, people realizing I can make a lot more money at home than out here. Why would I continue to work under these harsh conditions? I can sit at home and do this and make double.
Exactly.
And a lot of people, people don't want to work anymore. No, people don't want to work for you anymore. I mean, it's been very eye-opening, but people are starting to understand the value of their employees finally for the first time in a while.
Yeah. That's so true. I mean, I just don't. It's like just life is just crazy in general because I'm like, prices of everything are going up and my paycheck's not going up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do we can't shift one thing and not shift the other, if you ask me?
That's very true.
That's so crazy to me. I just sit and think about it. I'm like, wow, like every year, every month, or every 6 months or whatever, something that I have to pay for is increasing in price. And it's like almost triggering every single time. But that's just the way life goes. I'm like, yeah, we need to put our time into things that are going to feel like it's worthwhile for us, but also still make our living. So that's why I'm out here with now 5 businesses that I'm running. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all are not about to put me in a box. Y'all are not about to tell me, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that, or oh, I can't do all of these things. I'm like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
And I'm still going to work a regular job on top of that, because we all know being a freelancer, being an entrepreneur, is just inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent. Like, we're not making hourly pay, even if we set ourselves up as entrepreneurs to pay ourselves hourly, because I mean, that's kind of a way that I have been establishing like my prices on stuff. Even if I do that, it's like, yeah, but I'm not getting that money unless people place orders. So it's not like, you know, I just have just consistent. That's why I'm like, we need some kind of consistency sometimes to just supplement, because the bills ain't going nowhere.
No, that's for sure.
The bills are not going anywhere. They don't care if we got a job or not. They don't care if we made our goal this month or not, you know? So that's why I've been telling myself, I'm like, look, it's grind time. It's me season. You got to do all the stuff that is working. And if a job is consistent and you're getting that paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, it don't even matter. If it's working, that's just what I have to do. And I've just been, you know, still working on my mindset. Like, girl, this is not going to be forever. You're not going to be working a job for 20 years like some people do. Because, I mean, and that's just some people's life. That's what they choose to do. I'm like, that's just not me. I know I'm not going to be here for 20 years doing the same job. I just know, you know what I'm saying? It's like you'll know. And it's like you said, everything is temporary. We just got to get through the seasons. Everything comes in waves. We have to just ride the wave until we get to the next wave, the next peak. I don't know. It's just, I just feel so grateful, you know, grateful, motivated, and like just really on my shit. Like, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make this work, because this is what I want. And you just have to have that mindset every single day. So with that discipline, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm getting up 45 minutes earlier than I usually did. And, you know, maybe within the next month or two, I might be able to get up even earlier. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. You know, I'm like, I'm trying. I really aspire to get up earlier in the morning. Like,
I mean, for me, it's one of those things where I used to be like in high school, middle school, I used to be up at the crack of dawn, like for no reason, because we only lived like 15 minutes from school, but I would still be up way earlier than other people, simply because I had my special morning routine and I did not want to be interrupted. But it's so interesting how different college and post-college life changed that. Man. It's like, I can't do it. But honestly, now that I still have responsibilities, but now that it's not as crazy as it used to be, a lot of it is on me. And I'm like, yeah, I can get up early, but the thing that's going to help me to do that is to go to bed at a reasonable time.
And for me, that ain't happening. Unfortunately. I tried.
Like,
I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I cannot force myself to go to sleep at 10 o'clock at night. It's just not, like, I have tried. I'm like, it's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, some people, I know people that their most creative work comes in the middle of the night. So they might stay up super late and they might wake up later, but they still get their work done. You know what I mean? Because
you're talking about me.
They do their routines, they do their whatever, and then come 7 p.m., that's work time for them all the way into the late hours.
You're talking about me. Literally 7 p.m. is when I start work because I clock out at 4:45 and I take a little debrief after work and then, eat, relax for a couple minutes. But then it's like by 7, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm editing, I'm doing stuff, I'm filming, and especially now because I'm like with the launch, I feel like that really gave me that extra push to get back into my creative zone again, get back into just doing stuff on a daily basis. Because even sometimes, recently I was like, I need to just give myself a break. I took an actual break. Like I did not do anything after work for a smooth, probably a whole month, honestly, 4 weeks. I was like, after work, we're not doing anything. Right. We're going to chill. We're going to watch all the shows that we want to watch on Netflix. If that means we're going to stay up till 2 a.m. tapped into Netflix, that's just what we're going to do. But I'm not about to, keep overworking myself because we're all going to reach a breaking point at some point in life, Yeah. So
I think it is important to realize your limits. Like that being said, I don't think it matters when you work in the day, as long as one, you get your work done, and two, you stick to that same routine. Because you can't do both. You can't work late and then get up early and work. You kind of have to do one or the other. And even though we have like this superhero mindset, our bodies are not powered, you know what I mean? Like your body will tell you whether you choose to or not. It will decide for you one day whether or not you can do that. So if you're a morning person, that's cool. If you're a night person, that's cool, but you got to stay to one of the two of those.
Yeah And I've been trying. I'm like, I really don't stay up working as late as I used to, because I'd be like, look, I know I need to go to sleep because I'm gonna be mad in the morning, and that's not a good way to set yourself up for the day. I'm like, but sometimes, like I said, I'll be out watching Netflix. That's all. If I'm just chilling, I'm like, all right, I'm giving myself the time and that space to just do what I want to do. But in general, I'm not up till 3 a.m. every night like I used to.
No, I feel it.
Smudge hookah is lit, y'all.
Still pulling.
It's still pulling. We got our tequila sunrises. Y'all need to watch on YouTube so y'all can see what we got going on over here. But yeah, and I wonder all the time. I'm like, so the people, I feel like social media has such a huge factor in kind of like our mindset and how we live our lives. Is we'll see these people and it just looks like they have this cookie cutter routine, and I'm like, do y'all really do this every day, or did y'all just show me this for a video? That's really where I'm at in life right now, because I'm like, there's no way that y'all do this every single day. There's
watching people
no way.
With like extensive skincare routines, they be using like 20 products in the morning. I'm like, look, I got my wash
and my moisturizer.
Serum. If I'm fancy, a little eye cream, and then my moisturizer, and that's it. Like, max it's 4 steps. I don't understand. There's no reason for you to be slathering 5 different oils on your face. It does not make sense. And you won't do it every morning. Like, who has time for that? You have to get to. I gotta cook breakfast. I'm trying to finish eating by a certain time so I can start working by a certain time.
I am screaming. It's so funny because I'm like, first of all, I know that there are really people out there that do it every day. And that's the crazy part to me. I'm like, while I know everyone's not doing it, I know a select few people that are doing that every day. And I could believe it just based on like just how they talk and how they carry themselves. I'm like, they do that every day. There's no doubt about it. They do that every day. But it's just it seems so unrealistic.
Right.
Like, I cannot imagine an hour-long morning routine. Like, I just like, I just can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, there is absolutely no way that I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I'm still doing my skincare at 6:30. There's no way. There's just no way.
I was about to say, like, I don't mind, I suppose, an hour and an hour and a half morning routine, but it can't all be the same thing. Like, if it's like, oh, I'm getting up, I made my bed, I washed my face, I picked up my clothes, I made breakfast, whatever, that is acceptable.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
to be doing one thing that entire time, no. I just wasted
an hour.
So much time.
Yes. 1 hour is a very valuable amount of time in our lives right now. Can't even do it. My skincare is so minimal. I'm like, I just need to get up. I need to take a shower. I started taking morning showers. So that is the one thing that I have changed in my routine that has made such a huge impact. Like I said, you know what? If I'm going to get up earlier, I need to figure out exactly what I want to do in the morning. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to eat breakfast or whatever, have coffee. But when I first wake up, I can't do everything. My body's not ready for heavy food and just all the things. Like, it's just not ready. I gotta get up and get ready. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. I changed that one thing in my routine. I said, instead of taking a night shower, like, I'm gonna wake up a little bit earlier, get a shower, let that wake me up, listen to my music, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then have some coffee or tea or whatever, and then clock into work. Like, take my time, in my thoughts, meditating, praying, whatever, but it's not anything super crazy and extensive. I told myself, like, I wanted to try working out in the morning, like maybe doing like a little 5-10 minute workout at home in the morning, just to kind of get my body moving. Because it's like, if you sit at a desk all day, or if you sit on your bed all day, or wherever you're gonna sit all day, it's just like your body gets so tight and stiff. I'm like, I am so dense. I'm like, if you feel my shoulders, you will feel the weight of the world. Like, it's so crazy. Every time I go in for my massages or go to the chiropractor, they're like, oh my God, like, are you not in pain every day? I'm like, honestly, I probably am, and I'm probably just used to it by now.
Oh my gosh, I went to get a massage once,
girl,
and I was in complete pain the entire time. I was like, people do this to relax? Like, I was screaming, and the guy was like, I can tell you have a lot of tension. I was like, yeah, I don't do this. He was like, you got to keep coming back. First of all, I can't afford to, but thank you for the offer.
Look.
Secondly, I'm like, dang, I don't know what to... You gotta keep going to work out all of those knots. Yes, take care of yourself. But I'm like, I don't know if I can do that.
I literally budgeted it in. Like, I now have my massage membership and I have my chiropractor membership because I just said, like, just all the things that I want to do, like just sitting on the computer all day and then going and working on lip gloss and that mixing and that filling and that it's so much wear and tear on your body. Crocheting, oh my God, don't get me started. I was like, it's not gonna last if you don't take care of your body. So I go to, and I'm not gonna say I go regularly because I mean, it's still up to me to schedule it. And I'm like, sometime, like, I haven't been to the chiropractor in 2 weeks. So they're texting me like, girl, you have not came in. I'm like, you're right. I'm gonna see y'all in a couple days. Okay. Cause next week I'm going back to my routine because I've been all over the place recently with my mom's birthday, with my family in town. I've been taking extended stays at my mom's house, at my aunt's house. I've been all over the place. So I'm like, yeah, next week I'm gonna be right in my house. I'm gonna be back on my routine. I'm gonna go back to the chiropractor and go back to getting right. But the last time I got a massage, girl, I was getting fully beat up in there. That's how I felt. I was like, he is literally beating me up. When I tell you, he literally was like putting his legs on the wall. When I tell you, I was like, is he climbing the wall while he's pressing down on my back. It felt amazing, not gonna lie. But I was like, this man is doing a full body workout, beating me up right now to get these knots out.
Oh my God, dedicated.
I have never had a massage like that. I said, I will be back to see you, because the amount of effort that you put in to just like get this tension out of my shoulders, I was low-key feeling bad. I'm like, I got him doing a full body workout right now. But that's just how it is. It's like, he probably saw my shoulders and was like, whoa, you know? So I said, look, I have to be more consistent with my self-care. And I just look at it that way. I'm like, the gym membership, the chiropractor, the massage, like these are all things that I need if I'm going to keep doing if I'm going to keep going this hard,
right.
If I'm going to keep going this hard at work, I'm going to have to really factor in that self-care and that upkeep and that maintenance, because it's just not going to, one day it's just like my body's going to shut down. It's going to be too late and it's just not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's not super for me. I'm like, I thought it would be way more, honestly, like do all these things, but it is a lot. Like stuff adds up. But I'm like, girl, I gotta put me first.
No. Definitely trying to get healthy habits in now, especially because in my family, we actually have like a history of diabetes and high blood pressure. So I'm like, I'm trying
to avoid
or push it off as long as possible. And it is coming from me. It is on both sides of the family.
Same.
So I'm like, I'm trying to get into a groove where I feel comfortable making healthier decisions now so that I won't have to change myself later in life. Just a lot harder.
That's real. That is 1000% real. I'm like, you know, I be telling you this all the time. I'm like, I gave up on cooking, y'all. I keep going back. I keep trying. I'm like, I think I give up for real this time. I think I've quit.
I have to watch you cook because I just be like, what are you making that is making you think you can't do it?
It's not even that. It's not that I can't do it. It's like I feel confident making certain things, but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe I need to sit down and learn how to really cook for one person, because that is the thing that I don't know how to do. Cooking for one person is hard. I waste so much food, and I'm like, I just wasted all this. At the end of it, it feels like, okay, I just wasted all this time. I went to the grocery store. Not even that. I wasted all this time. I planned out all my meals for the week. I made a whole grocery list. Then I went to the store and I shopped in the store for an hour. And then I spent all this money. And then I came home and I dragged all my groceries up 3 flights of stairs, put everything away. And then sat there for 30 minutes to an hour, whatever, cooking food. And then it's like, yeah, I can only eat so much. Food only lasts so long.
Right.
And I'm like, girl, you just wasted all this food, all this time, all this planning, all this preparation. And, I'm like, girl, I mean, if you're not going to eat it, then what's the point?
I mean, they make stuff for that now, though. Like, they make meal planning apps, and I've even seen cookbooks that the portions are already for one person. So, I mean, like, in this day and age, usually you can find something that's like, it's a bit more thoughtful, like thinking about all types of people, not necessarily cooking for big families and stuff. Even like that app, I don't use it as much anymore, but I used to use it all the time. Like, if you ever use Yummily,
no,
that app is actually amazing. Like, it's you put what you have in your fridge, in your pantry in it, and it will recommend you recipes that can be made with what you have. And you can even do grocery shopping. You can add what you want on there, and it'll give you future examples. But it's just really cool, because how many times do we sit there and we're like, I know I need to eat something and I don't feel like it and I don't want to put a lot of work in, but you don't know what. You're just staring at your fridge. Like,
that's me every day. But also too, like, I just stopped like keeping stuff stocked, because I would just always, the stuff would always just go bad. And I'm like, girl, are you eating every day? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is happening actually? But there's a few meals that I do like, that I know how to prepare, that I know, okay, I can make this and I'll be good for 2 days, 3 days, whatever. But, I was just like, the meal service sounds so much easier for me and my lifestyle to just cut out the grocery shopping time. Because it's like, if I don't have to physically take that time out of my day to do that, that's great.
Yeah.
So
I think the thing that helps me is I usually stock up on certain foods that I know I eat a lot and I know can also be used in a variety of different ways.
Right.
So like the things that I consistently have, I always have rice. I always have pasta. I always have eggs. Like I always have broccoli. Like I always have certain things. Like there's just certain meals that I'm like, I can make this, I can make that. Like it's so many different things. So even if I'm not craving one thing, I know I can crave another. Like I know certain meals that are easier and certain ones that are more complicated, but it's still based off of the same
ingredients,
6 or 7 foods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then I just get comfortable with it enough to start experimenting and trying different things if I feel like it. But
right. I think it's all a learning process. It's all a learning process. But I think for me, I'm just like, girl, I give up on that. I give up. I do. I can't do everything. And I had to learn that. I was like, okay, what can I do to simplify my life? You know, what can I do to make my life easier, but also to take care of my body and make sure that I'm eating and drinking water and everything. So I said meal service for me. And that's okay. You know, I'm not mad about it. I'm really not. Because I hate chopping. I hate doing all the things. That's why I'm like, at a time I was doing HelloFresh and I was like, oh my God, this is great. It's like fresh meals, 2 servings, great. Not a lot of food. But also I'm like, girl, I'm a very slow chopper.
I'm weak. Just buy the pre-chopped veggies.
No, HelloFresh like comes with the stuff. So I was like, you know, they're talking like 20-minute meals, 25-minute meals, 10-minute prep time. Yeah. I'm like, your 10-minute prep time is about 30 minutes for me. Maybe even more than that if it has a lot of vegetables and stuff that I have to chop up and wash and do all these things. So sometimes you just have to learn like what is going to work for you. And I'm like, I keep going back to trying to get groceries and trying to make it work and I'm like, girl, how many times you gonna keep trying the same thing and it keep not working? How many times you gonna keep doing that? You know, you gotta listen to the universe. If it's not working, just stop. Don't keep doing it. Don't keep setting yourself up. So that's where I'm at in life, you know, and I'm like, I really want my nutrition to kind of be a priority this year because I don't just want to just to eat. Like I want to really feed my body what it needs and, you know, just be cautious about what I'm consuming. I'm like, I need more protein. I need more vegetables. I need more iron deficient, you know, I'm like, I need those things. So sometimes it's like the things that I cook, I don't really think about what it actually is and what it is that I need every day to consume. So there's also that. I'm like, look, whenever I can have nutritionists, whenever I can have a personal chef,
I'm screaming.
That's going to be the day that I made it. Okay. That's going to be the day I made it. Period. That's just that on that. The hookah is like, girl, you gonna keep doing it? You gonna keep doing this? You gonna keep smoking this? We've smoked so much hookah today. I'm like, I have had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough. Had enough. But go ahead and pre-order your hookahs now. Go ahead and do it because they lit.
Been kicking us in the back of the throat.
Y'all, I haven't. Do you want this?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I have been just getting so much content and that has required me to make so many hookahs and I was like, look, I need a day. I need a day off. Y'all know I bulk film and create stuff in batches and I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
With this, I can't keep doing this with this. This is a challenge for me.
But I am proud of you for launching it though. I know it's been in the works for a while.
Yes.
And so I was glad to finally see it out
Thank
there.
you. Yeah, I told myself, I was like, you know what? I mean, perfection just doesn't exist, you know? And I'm a perfectionist, so I always kind of want things to be how I see them in my head. And sometimes it's just not how it works out. So it's like you want to have all the things at one time. And I'm like, okay, but it's okay to start something with one thing and gradually add to that and grow on that. If you wait until you have 20 different things, like all the things that you envision, it's like you'll just never start. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I ordered these so long ago. They have been in my house for so long. So long. I'm like, how long am I going to keep this here and hidden? It didn't make any sense. My mom's like, girl, what are you doing? I was like, girl, I don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't know. What are you waiting for? I don't know.
Well, it takes time.
I don't know.
It.
Exactly. But at a point, it's like, girl, launch it. Please. Put it out there. We can't keep this secret forever. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's been a very eventful month for me. And then next month is my birthday and your birthday. So, I mean, we're getting lit.
Yeah.
That's just the moral of the story. We're turning up. It's Pisces season right now. Cheers to that.
Soon to be Aries season.
Soon to be. I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling very excited this year. Like I said, I turned 25 and it's coming fast, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, I got outfits. We got outfits.
Right. Waiting for them to get here. At least I am.
Oh my gosh. I hate the anticipation. I just ordered shoes today because I'm like, I ordered a bunch of outfits. I told myself I wasn't going to order any new shoes, but then I really looked at everything and I was like, okay, I just need 2 new pairs. Just 2. Y'all know I'm addicted to shoes, so.
Exactly 2 more pairs as well. I just had to think about that. I was like, I ordered dresses. I did not order shoes.
That's the thing. We got to get all the elements. You know, it's tough out here. You got to get
some new jewelry. Mm-hmm. What am I doing with my hair? Still got to figure it out.
See, it's a whole process. And time is just ticking away. I was like, if I don't order these today,
right,
I'm not going to see them in 20 days or however many. I don't even know how many days it is at this point, but it's definitely, the clock is ticking on me right now.
Yeah.
So so many things going on. Stay tuned. I mean, new stuff on the way. That's all I would say. More new stuff on the way coming soon. But shop your daily dose of Co.
Yeah. And while we are talking about new things that we launch, it's not necessarily new, but I would like to go ahead and talk a little bit about my coloring book.
Oh, please.
I've been working on this forever. Like, I told Corey about this last year, probably like late summer. Like, I was like, I think I kind of want to do this. I think I kind of want to make like an ebook or something like that. And I started it way back when, and then so many things got in the way, and I did not finish it until a little bit later in the year. But I'm glad it's done, and I'm glad people like it. If you like coloring, if you find it relaxing and it's a good way for you to just kind of push all of your stress to the side, I do have a digital coloring book that's available for purchase on my Etsy. You can download it. You'll get 9 digital images that you can either draw and color on your tablet of choice, or you can print them and color them out if you do it the traditional way. If you want to use colored pencils, markers, all that good stuff, it's both available there. And Corey has purchased one.
Oh, I definitely did. Please.
I made a page in there. I knew you were going to know it was for you.
I knew it. When and you didn't confirm when I said it. You did not confirm when I said it. As soon as she said it was live and I ordered it, I swear to God, I got the downloads and I was like, is that me?
I was like, well, I needed to do at least one page that had sunflowers in it. So I was like, I'm going to do that. I need to do that. But I think that was key for me, is trying to get, well, I mean, it was a coloring book essentially about melanated women, Black women. So I just wanted to do everyone. I wanted everyone to be represented in that book. So I really hope that everyone who's bought it so far has gotten a lot of love and fun times out of it. And if you're interested, you can totally find it. My shop name is Drew Borders Art on Etsy.
It will be linked down below. I just knew it.
I'm screwing.
I knew. See, I never got confirmation until today. Cheers to that. I was like, this looks very much like the vibe. You know what? You're right. That was very nice of you to do that. That was very subtle too. I was like, I don't know if anyone else would notice it, but I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is the pages are so cool. And it's just like, I mean, that representation is everything, because if you go to the store and buy a coloring book, like, please, come on. We know what we're going to see in that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I have been really appreciative of like Crayola and doing all those things, like the Brown Girl line, all that stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I love that. But it's still just like the smallest step in the right direction. Yeah. So these pages that Drew designed, they're beautiful, and it's really Black girl magic. Okay. And that's just that on that.
It's called Inked in Bold. Volume 2 may be coming out later this year. I won't say when, but
oopsies. Part 2 coming to you soon. Yes. See what I'm talking about? New thing. Cheer. I'm about to finish this off because
I'm about halfway there. Goodness.
I finished it off on that note because that's really exciting.
No, thank you.
It is.
Yes.
Digital. I mean, the whole world is going digital right now. So to have that, it's amazing. As a creator, like my ebooks and stuff, like even today, I was like, oh my God, I got this huge order. It was all digital. I was like, someone literally ordered all of my digital books. That's crazy. To be able to reach so many people just digitally is beautiful to me.
Well, it's nice. Shows that they have like a like-minded goal and vision.
Yes.
And they want to learn. They're trying to learn something new from you, a new skill.
Even just the coloring pages, please. It's very therapeutic. Like coloring, you would think it's like, oh my God, we used to do this in elementary school. What? But those were the good days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so nostalgic and it's so therapeutic, and you just wouldn't even know, and you get something beautiful out of it at the end, you know? So 10 out of 10 recommend. Get your coloring books today. It's affordable, it's beautiful, and you're going to support an amazing Black artist. And that's just really, I mean, that should be the main motivation right there.
And if you color them and you post them, tag me. Please. I want to see how people color them. Like, I'm so curious. I want to see people's pages. I want to see them, and I want to repost them.
I got you, sis. Got you. I got you 1,000%.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna be checking in with y'all. I'm gonna be like, what's it look like?
Yes.
Let me see.
That's what we want. We want to see how you're coloring your pages. We want to see where you're putting your stickers. We want to see all the things. Yes. So
for sure.
Just, it's right now it's Black History Month, so I mean, I'm just saying. What better month to buy Black? Exactly. I mean, every month is a great month to buy Black, but this is the most important month to buy Black.
It's an emphasis.
Emphasized. Exactly. For sure. Wow. Well, I was going to ask later, like, oh, what's new? What's coming up? But baby, she's spilling the tea. Okay. She's spilling the tea.
I mean, we can still talk about things.
What else? Give it to us.
Projects that I can't quite say what they are. Exactly. But I do have new mural opportunities that are coming up that I'm really excited about. And just going through all of the steps to design and getting feedback and trying again and finally making something that everyone is happy with is just really exciting, because it just makes me feel closer and closer to the end product, and I cannot wait to see it actually executed. Like, there are certain projects that I just feel like I am going to ugly cry when this is finished. I'm gonna be like, remember when this was just an idea in my head?
Let's just talk about the tears. Okay, let's talk about that, because there are so many moments where I would literally just cry. I'm like, I'm sobbing, and it's like tears of joy, but it's also kind of just like those, it feels like a battle cry. It's like, I have been through so much to try to put out this one thing. And then when you finally just see it in its entirety, or see it even almost to the finish line, it's like, I would just sob. Like, no, tears are real in this life, in this industry. Like,
and I think, like, whenever you finish it, whenever you cry, just take a break. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a break to recover and be like, all right, and then I'll get on to the next project. But no, I am not jumping into anything big immediately after that, no, I will be taking some time.
I love that you said that, because it is so important to set boundaries for yourself. And a lot of people would think like, oh my God, it's just more money, it's more opportunities and everything. But sometimes your mental health is more important.
Right.
And I have said no to so many things, so many, brand deals and so many opportunities to collaborate with people. It's just, I'm not about to set myself up for failure. I'm not about to set myself up to be even more stressed or have even more anxiety about things, because it's just not worth it. At the end of the day, it's like the opportunities that are meant for you are going to directly align with whatever you have going on. And whether that means that you already, and for me, it's like mainly crochet stuff. I'm like, look, I'm not accepting any new opportunities. Okay. If you're not ordering something on my website, if you're not ordering that stuff, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's just not possible. Like, that is something that puts so much stress on me and my body and my mental. And at a point in time, especially when that was my only business, or whenever it was just Smudge and Crochet by K, I was really heavy on taking, custom pieces and just doing a lot of stuff. And it was really killing me. I was like, it's not, y'all can keep the money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, money is not the only thing that matters in this world. Like, y'all can really keep it, because the way my back is feeling, the way my hand is feeling, it's not even worth all the money in the world right now for me to be feeling like this. So I just, I've set so many boundaries right now. I'm like, I know what I can handle and what I can't. And I'm not trying to ever get myself in the situation where I'm biting off more than I can chew, because it's like, I have my hands in so many different things right now. It's like, it's not worth it. It's just not. That's like, if y'all hitting Drew up for like 10 murals, my girl is going to have to say no to somebody. Like, she can't be in 5 different places at one time,
Oh my goodness. Painting.
And I mean, I'm sitting here like, crocheting is taking a toll on my body, but I know, like, when you did that big mural, I'm like, that's like full on workout for 10 hours out the day. Yeah. You're on ladders and lifts and doing all this stuff, and you're just constantly going. I'm like, yeah, it feels like you got hit by a car after. I mean, the next day.
Yeah, I did not realize how physical it was going to be.
This girl's painting full walls outside. I'm like, sis.
And it's interesting because each time is definitely easier than the last, and I go faster every time. And part of the reason that inspired me to go to the gym was literally like lifting heavy ladders and 5-gallon paint buckets and like all this stuff that I had to do. And like, now that I feel stronger, I'm like, that stuff isn't as hard to me anymore, because I would have to bother random people to help me set up a ladder. I was like, I can't do this. Yeah. I have to figure out how to do it. Either I need to figure out how to do it myself, or I need to get some type of tool that'll make it easier for me. But
or just a team, like, to where you're not having to, reach out to random people.
Right. And it's not
realistic.
It's crazy. I mean, that really big mural, I'd go home, and I don't really like take baths. I'm more of a shower person, but I was taking baths with bath salts and all types of stuff that entire week and a half. Like, I had a bottle of wine. I was like, I hurt.
We're drinking the whole bottle in the bathtub.
Yeah. I was like, I hurt. And then just knowing I got to get up at the crack of dawn to do the same thing again tomorrow.
Really disturbing, to say the least. It's like, I'm putting my body through trauma right now to get this done. We're just so, and it's, I mean, that's just how it is when your craft is so physical and so hands-on. You really be going through it. Like, I will never forget. I'm like, just me, like, trying to do a fashion show. I'm like, I would love to put on another show, but I'm not doing that until I know, like, I probably would. I'm like, I won't even think about a show maybe until I like just create a whole collection. I'm like, let me just plan a collection and take my time and design everything and make everything, and then let's talk about a show. Let's not think about a show and then think about the pieces that we want to put in a show, and now we're on a tight deadline, and now, you know, I'm having to whip all this stuff up, because that's when all the extra added stress happens. Like, that's not how the real world works, man.
Right.
That's not how fashion world works. Like, seasons, collections, we are planning that out ahead of time before we even think about fashion week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't keep setting myself up to be in a tight situation, to be in an uncomfortable situation, because I mean, I have been in some stuff. I've been in some stuff. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I remember the first Worlds Collide, and we were like in the back, like we had our clothes on, but Corey was still working on some piece. I remember somebody handed me a piece of fabric. They said crochet. I was like, oh no. So we were in the back trying to figure out what we could do to make it easier on her. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now, but I'm trying to do something. Like, we trying to make something shake. And lo and behold, it was a good show.
I am triggered so bad, because I have never, I'm like, this is my first big show. I did not sleep. I was up in here crocheting. My mom and my cousin came down, and my mom is in my head. She's snatching my hair up. I'm over here still trying to work. She's like, are you going to sleep at all? I'm like, probably not. Probably not. I'm literally backstage still crocheting, and I'm trying to get my makeup done at the same time.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, this is the finished piece. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, no one else knew that it was unfinished. It was just me, and it was my vision not being what I wanted to be. I was not upset with it. I wasn't, you know, I just it wasn't finished in my book. But everyone's like, it's fine. We have to stop. We have to start the show. I'm like, look, I can't do anymore. So we're just going to put this out. But that outfit, that very outfit that I was still working on, that was the one that everyone was like, oh my God. I'm like, well, I'm glad y'all love it, because if you would see what we have gone through to make this come to life, it was so crazy.
It was good.
It was so crazy. And that's the thing. It's like, I was so passionate about that kind of stuff in college, and I was like, I really want to do a show. I really, really want to have a fashion show. Like, I really want to design a collection. I really want to do stuff, but it's just like, I just can't put myself under that amount of stress, you know? And I'm more comfortable with like, oh yeah, I'm going to make me a couple of pieces, wink, wink, for my birthday, and just be happy with that for now. And then whenever I feel so inclined to put out create new stuff and just think about what I want to do and how I want to put it out, that's when I can have a show. Because I'm like, I really want to have a show in Atlanta. That's been a goal of mine for a very long time, ever since we graduated. But I'm like, it's just not time yet. I can't. I have too much on my plate, you know. And whenever the time is right, that's when the time will be right. Maybe in 2023. Wow, that doesn't roll off the tongue correctly. Oh my gosh. That does not roll off the tongue correctly. That's kind of
I was on the phone with someone the other day who was like, we're in 2022. I said, what now?
You said what? It's so weird to say it out loud.
He said that, and I was like, he's wrong, right? No, he's right. Like, I just kept thinking in my head, something about that doesn't sound
right. And whenever we got to 2/22/22, I was like, that day for me, I was like, all right, this is a very important day. We're launching 2 businesses. You need to make sure your energy is correct all day. Like, you need to be in your best headspace and feeling good and everything. And I was just like, 2022? Are we being for real?
I'm still in 2020.
Correct.
Every time I think about the year, I immediately assume it's 2020.
Absolutely.
I just got used to saying 2021.
And now it's 2022. I don't even say it out loud anymore. Because I'm like, I don't really talk to folks on a daily basis where we have to say that out loud. I'm like, it's mainly me just typing it. But even typing it, it's like, are we being serious or are we joking? Because it just all feels so freaking weird.
Yeah. I think we definitely lost about 2.5 years
of life.
Our life.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is gonna be such an interesting thing to read about in textbooks in the future.
It's just gonna be such a time to tell our kids. My cousin literally just had a baby on 2/22, and I was like, the fact that you went into labor this day is really insane. Went into labor and then had the baby at 9:08, and like my family's from Jersey, so area code up there where we're from is 9:08. I said, you had your baby on 2/22 at 9:08. That's an angel baby. That's all the stars are aligned. I said, wow, can you imagine? I would literally cry for a week. Like, oh my God, that's intense, you know? But
that is pretty crazy.
I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna have kids, but I'm like, let me have a kid on 3/16. I'm gonna sob for that whole entire year.
Share a birthday.
If I shared a birthday with my kid, I would cry the whole year.
Oh my God.
Like, I swear to God, I would just be not okay for the whole rest of the year after that. That's crazy. Stuff like alignment like that, it really gets to me because I'm like, nothing is really a coincidence. Like, all of this is planned out. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is already pre-manifested, predestined, and it's just to see it. I'm like, if there's any kind of alignment, I'm freaked out almost. I'm like, wow. To have that much in common with somebody, or to see certain numbers all the time, or to feel different things around certain people, it's just crazy to think about. Energy is real. Vibes are real.
They are.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, we have been sitting here talking. We can go on forever. Days and days. We can do this for hours. I could do this for hours and hours.
Oh, man.
Hours. I done swallowed my whole drink.
That song,
I was like, I'm so tapped out on Valentine's Day. Don't play it.
It's just so, I mean, there are certain songs, there's no reason for me to hate them because obviously they sound amazing and the artist is talented, but it's just the fact that everybody in the world wants to play this song over and over again.
Yes.
And it be making me mad because I'm like, dang, why do I have a grudge against this song? It's not the song. It's the fact that I can't escape it. Exactly. That's the problem.
Exactly. I was like, at a time, I was like, please don't play that. I love the song, don't get me wrong, but the way that y'all really played it out is crazy.
And all the remixes.
Everyone really resonated with that.
Yeah. It's like, good Lord. Happy for her, you know.
Right, exactly.
Good for you, but oh my gosh.
Exactly.
I do hope I can get to it one day where I can listen to that song in peace and actually enjoy it. But
that's how I was with Work by Rihanna, and now that's my favorite song. That's my favorite song of life. But when it first came out, I just remember my roommate in college played it over, like, that song. Whenever it dropped, it played the whole day, and I was like, "Girl, can we listen to anything else?" I really didn't like it at the beginning, but then after that, I was like, "Oh, this is my shit." I'm not even gonna lie. That's my favorite song now. So I think it just all takes time to like grow on you. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's really weird.
It's ruining it for me.
Yeah.
TikTok is ruining things
TikTok
for me.
Played that song into the ground. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oop, next.
Who are these sound designers and music composers on TikTok though? I'd be like, dang, this is kind of nice. Some of the remixes and beats I hear.
App. TikTok is a crazy app. Okay, the way that you can blow up on TikTok is actually mind blowing. Yeah, it's mind blowing. Like,
I think it's crazy that, I mean, I guess that's the newest thing for our generation is people getting fame off of TikTok. I guess before you could technically say that a prime example of that is the Kardashians. And like, I guess because I grew up with that, it's not that weird for them to be famous because of reality TV. Yeah. But then here we have people on TikTok who are getting reality TV shows now. And I'm like, you're just a TikTok star. I suppose it's the same thing.
Crazy.
The same thing that people like millennials were going through with the birth of like celebrity children, like them becoming celebrities on their own just because people are filming them.
It's really crazy to think about. TikTok is a really crazy space to be in because Instagram really has not made anyone that famous that fast. Yeah. Like, It's so crazy to see people on TikTok that are like singing or they're doing whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, y'all blew up this one video and now I got a record deal. Like,
oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Wasn't there a girl
This app is crazy.
She made this viral TikTok dance for City Girls. And I can't remember what song. It was the Down for the Twerkulator.
Mm-hmm.
Was that song?
Twerkulator.
There you go.
Twerkulator, literally.
Yeah, she made a whole dance for it, and then I think she won like an award.
It's really
like at like the VMAs or something. Like
crazy.
she got nominated for like the best TikTok dance of the year. And
it's crazy.
I was like, she got to meet the City Girls. She got a whole award. I'm like, that is wild.
Exactly. Life is crazy.
Crazy.
The internet is crazy. Yeah. That's why I'm like, if you are passionate about something and you want to do it, if you want to be on the internet, just put it out there. You just never know, because the internet is literally changing lives by the second. People will post something today and wake up tomorrow and they're famous.
Yeah.
And they just don't even know it. And you like your life can change in a split second, which is so crazy. I mean, that's kind of what happened to me on YouTube. Whenever this pandemic started, it was like a switch just flipped and it was like, oh yeah, now you're just getting all these eyes on you. And I'm like, whoa, okay. People whole life has changed.
They wanted to know
whole life will change in a split second. So you just never know. Put yourself out there, because you never know where the journey will take you. And technology is a powerful thing right now that we have access to, and it's just mind-blowing every day. Sure. Mind-blowing. Wow, we really got into some tea tonight. Y'all got some sneak peeks on some new stuff that's coming soon with Drew Borders Art. What the heck? Wow.
Yes.
All of her info is linked down below, so follow her in her journey. Go buy the coloring book ASAP because it's amazing. I don't know. Do we have any questions from the squad? Do we have any questions from the squad? Do you have any questions you want to ask me? Devin, you have any questions that you want to hello? You have any questions you want to ask me? Drew, do you have any questions for me? I mean, I don't know.
What?
The stress that I just let out of my body. Wow.
I gotta warm up. You know, it'd be so hard to be asking questions on the spot.
Questions. You know something? It's like, you know how when you meet someone new and you are like really trying to get to know them and y'all just like ask questions back and forth? That shit's crazy a little bit. No, seriously. Because you just never know what they're going to say, you know?
Oh, well, yeah.
It's not like I have like a list of questions where, I mean, I have a few questions, but I don't have a list of questions ready whenever I meet someone new. But
I think the only time I have a crazy experience with that is usually when it's not a face-to-face conversation. So if we're asking like 20 questions and it's like over like a dating app or something, I'd be getting like the most out-of-pocket responses. Like, I'm like, crazy. Why? And
wait a minute, dating apps. I'm intrigued by it.
Okay, so I have to say the only app I'm on currently is Hinge, because that's the best one in my opinion. But I don't know. You could be asking about their favorite food and then suddenly the conversation is in the gutter. Like, I don't understand how we got here. And it's just, I am so quick unmatched. Like, I am so quick because I'm not trying to.
Wait, Hinge is Hinge the app where they have like the audio messages?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The funniest audio. Y'all crack me up on that app.
Those TikToks.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have any dating apps. But it's just like, I'm genuinely intrigued to just download Hinge to like listen to the audio messages.
They're so good. Like, I have cried laughing at some of them. I think the best one I've ever heard was a guy who was like, this is what it's gonna sound like if I ordered you a drink in the bar, and he literally had background music of people like a band and people talking. Hey, can I get you a drink? Oh, you already got one? Oh, I'm sorry. Like, it's like, he really set the stage. I was so impressed. I'm like, it's just fun. That's why I like Hinge, because I think it pushes the people out who have really fun and creative personalities. Like, because it asks you so many questions, or it gives you so many opportunities to show who you are versus like something like Tinder where it's just like, follow me on IG or whatever. But but
that is so, I literally cry on TikTok at all the freaking audio messages, and it will be like a whole thread, like people that just go through. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I would literally just get on the app to laugh at the audio messages.
They're funny.
Oh my
I give you that. You got some
Hilarious.
real comedians out here.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. But they know that's what works. Like that's the thing for me is that, I mean, I guess, I don't know, everybody has certain looks that they're attracted to, but I also really vibe with personality. So if I'm already laughing and I haven't met you yet, I'm like, that's probably a pretty good sign.
Yeah. Vibes are we're the queens of vibes. Like vibes are everything. Oh my gosh, that is so
oh my gosh. I literally, like, this is gonna be kind of weird, but I literally take screen recordings sometimes.
Yes, that is freaking what they
because
do.
Sometimes I'm like, I just want to go back and look at this and laugh. Like, I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing at the joke or like that they were making. Like,
that's literally what they're doing on TikTok. I'm like, the fact that y'all are screen recording people's audio messages. And I'm like, imagine, like, because the TikToks are viral. So I'm like, this person had to have, there's 4 million people that seen this. I know that person has to be one of those 4 million people.
Well, the best part about it is in the comments. People are always rooting for them. Oh, they sound like a keeper.
Exactly.
Like, swipe on them.
Exactly.
Oh man, I love it though.
I have never been on a dating app. I'm intrigued.
Seriously?
Never in my life.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I've never. No. But yeah. I'm just intrigued by the voice messages because, you know, just to hear what people, I'm like, that's really a big personality right there to see whatever they say. I'm like, this describes you in a nutshell. Whatever you decide to put on there, it's either going to make it or break it.
I have a voice message on my profile.
Oh.
And it is me singing Fergalicious after having like 3 drinks. There's literally a prompt on there that's like, guess the song. And the amount of people, 50% of them will be like, oh my God, I know it. Fergie, of course, all day, every day. There have been people, who is this?
Drew.
I'd be like, swipe left on me. You don't know who it is? Swipe left, please. We have nothing to talk about.
Drew.
What are we conversating? You're not cultured. Like, what do we have to speak about? You don't know this song.
Drew. Yo, Drew was at my damn house on New Year's Eve.
Oh my gosh.
During the turn up of the century, because we was coming out of 2020. Okay. Making it out of 2020 was like the challenge of the century, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I will never forget whoever initiated the karaoke.
I'm screaming.
Because whose idea was that? And also, too, Drew stepped in with the damn Fergalicious karaoke. It will never die. Oh, it will never die.
That's a classic.
I just want to get on Hinge to go see Drew's profile.
I was like, I can show you mine.
She said it was me singing Fergalicious after 3 drinks. I can imagine right now, gosh. Drew. I am crying. That probably is the funniest thing that I have heard all day. Right. I love it, actually.
I don't know, I just love all the questions on the app because sometimes, I mean, I guess you can answer them seriously, but I like putting things down that I suppose will cause an argument. Like, it's just like, just to be funny. Like, it's not that deep. I mean, so this is going to be weird, but like, they have a prompt on there that's like, okay, your most controversial opinion. And I truly do not vibe with this, but I don't care. Like,
pineapple on pizza.
Okay. I don't like, I like peanut butter and I like jelly, but I don't like them together.
Oh.
And so I put that on my, like, I don't really care. Like, if you like peanut butter and jelly, okay, you like it. Like, I don't really care. But I put that on my profile knowing it is going to enrage people. And that is literally one of the things that people comment on the most. People be like, why don't you love yourself? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?
Why do I not want the sandwich together?
I'm like, swipe left. Then. Swipe left. But you still tried to match, though. So clearly, it was not a deal breaker, is what I'm hearing.
I'm
correct. I tell you what is a deal breaker. There's a guy on there who said he put the milk in before the cereal. I say, get out of my DMs. He said
the milk before the cereal. That sounds like a psychopath.
He said he does it because he doesn't like to get the cereal to get soggy. But I'm like, so how long does it take you to pour milk into a bowl of cereal? Exactly. Are you pouring it for 10 minutes? What, like, why is your cereal getting soggy that fast? I don't get it. Like, the whole conversation was me just trying to figure it out, but he was like dead ass serious. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't judge. I'm over here. I don't like PB&J, but still at the same time, like, who does that? Who puts the milk in first? All you're gonna do is make a mess on the counter. I know the countertops are sticky. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, what?
I'm sorry, but that has to be the funniest thing that I've heard all day today. Why are you putting the milk in before the cereal? It's not even gonna be in there for 1 second more. It's not gonna be more or less soggy.
That's why I was like, he was telling me that.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
that is
makes
so
no sense.
Freaking hilarious. All right, yeah, I'm getting on Hinge just for the laughs. Just for the profiles.
You should. I think you would be very entertained by what you see.
I'm actually crying. That's so funny. Okay, did we think of any questions? Nope. None?
I went down that Hinge thing. No questions from the group? Everyone was like, No pressure.
She said, does it take you 10 minutes to pour the milk?
I don't understand. Like, and I could tell I was probably irritating him because he sounded a bit heated, but I'm just like, I just have to understand. Like, I don't know. I have to get to the bottom of this. I can't tell if you're just messing with me or not.
This is so funny for no reason at all. No reason at all.
I was like, now we don't got no questions. Well, that is okay.
What's your favorite hookah flavor?
Favorite hookah flavor?
Shoot, whatever she put in the thing is what. I don't have a preference. Like, I know you have preferences, but every time you put it in there, I'm like, shoot, it tastes good to me.
I have good taste. Yeah. So don't let me go buy the nasty shit and put it in there. You're not going to like it. Promise you won't. Because I've been very experimental with it. So I will never serve you anything disgusting.
Gotcha.
Okay. My favorite hookah flavor, Fumari white gummy bear at the moment. It used to be Hawaii, but I mean, I went through a phase. Hawaii is still great. I went through a phase where I would never say that on the internet because whenever I first tried it, it's like, okay, so I went to the smoke shop by my house, right? And the guy that worked in there, he was like, oh, you really need to try this flavor, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know if it's new or if, you know how people in shops are, they're going to try to sell you whatever,
Yeah.
So I was kind of vibing with him and I, kept going back to that smoke shop. So anytime that he recommended something and I tried it, I liked it. So I would always just tell him, if you try something new, if you get something new in, let me know and I'll try it, whatever. So he was like really trying to sell me on this Hawaii and I was like, okay, I'll try it. Boom. Tried it and I was like, oh, this is really good. And everyone really liked it. And I was like, oh, this is so good. I thought that was like my favorite flavor at the time. And I was like, all right, this is it. Like, I have to get this. I have to have this all the time. And so I had went back and I had bought it again. And then after that, it was sold out for months. And I was like, I'm actually heartbroken because why did you put me onto something and then it's going to be gone for 3 months, 5 months, whatever. So I was like, I'm not talking about this on the internet. Like, I'm not sharing the name of it. Like, I was just so protective over this one flavor because I was like, it's so hard to get and find, apparently, even though I probably went to 2 smoke shops. The one that I usually go to, and then I went to another one. They're like, no, we don't carry that. And I was like, I have to find this somewhere. But that, those 2 are like my top 2. White gummy bear, Hawaii, those are it for me. But I'm not, afraid of sharing that now because I feel like I can get it if I need it. But yeah, white gummy bear is definitely it. That's what I always fall back on. It's like whenever I get it, I'm just so happy the pack is gone so fast. Like, I need to get the big boy,
Oh, the big one.
White gummy bear is like pineapple flavored. And I never knew that. I eat gummy bears, but I just never knew like the flavor profiles of all the different colors forever.
I
Like
guess that makes sense.
yeah. So I was like, did anyone else know that? Because they have a red gummy bear flavor. And then also I'm like, if you just look at a pack of gummy bears, there's different colors in there. So I'm like, I just never thought about like what actually each color
Yeah, I knew there were
flavor
different
was.
flavors. I never thought about the white ones though, like the clear ones. So I
Yeah.
always imagine red was probably like cherry and
Right. That's why I'm like, I would not try red
Yeah.
gummy bear because I don't like cherry.
green
But
watermelon. I don't know, sour apple. I don't know.
white
Something
gummy
like that.
is my go-to for sure. That was a great question. Smudge Hookah, go shop per.
yes.
Drew just doesn't care because I make good hookah. That's why I make good stuff. I'm never gonna put a nasty flavor in there.
I'm
but
like,
that might be
shoot.
cool to like just try stuff that we just have never, both of us have never tried. I don't
I'm
know.
like, I will not complain over here.
Some of them are gross, Drew. Some of them are actually disgusting. It's like leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I'm like, ew, no, thank you.
Nasty. An aftertaste.
Yeah, disgusting. Hated it.
It's
Disgusting.
amazing.
Ooh.
I gotta be real with you. I'm looking at my drink. I don't know if I'm finna finish this. We know I had like 4 drinks tonight.
Is this the fourth one?
I can't even remember.
I mean, it definitely was. You know, I'm feeling good. Honestly,
Yeah.
feeling all right.
I was about to say, I think I'm content
Yeah.
to stay where I am. Don't need to elevate any higher.
Don't
That's
need to
for
elevate
sure.
any higher. That's a mood though. Be like that sometimes. Well, is that our only question? We're talking about hookah. That was a great question. Shop Smudge Hookah. Pre-order your hookahs now. Shop your daily dose of co. Grab your stickers.
Do that.
Follow Drewski.
Yes.
Purchase your coloring book. Everything will be linked down below. Thank you for being here with me today
Of course.
to celebrate the launch of the new businesses. I'm
Super excited.
really excited to have finally put it out because we have been talking about it for such a long time. I'm like, girl, when are we just gonna put it out there? So I'm happy. Just, you know, go for it. Shoot your shot all 2022. Don't let
Yes.
anything stop you. And if it makes you happy, just do it. That's the vibes for this year. I love y'all. The responses have been amazing. So if you have been interacting with me on social media, I appreciate you 1000%. Support creators. I mean, Instagram is such an easy platform to support. All you have to do is double tap. All you have to do is share a post and it can literally skyrocket. You just never know. It's just really easy to support people on social media. So follow us, like some pics, comment, share with your friends, share on your story, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, we love y'all. We will see you in episode 46.
Woo!
46. We're going to be at 50 before we know
I was about to say, getting close to the
it.
big one.
We're getting close to 50 episodes. That's so crazy to think about.
You can do something special.
Oh, we're definitely turning up for
Gotcha.
episode 50.
Good,
Don't
good,
you
good.
even worry about it. It's going to be a whole entire celebration. But until next time, peace out. Peace, 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 peace.